Welcome back to Analytic Insights. In this video, we are going to go through an overview of data tables within Zoho Analytics. Now you can see that I'm already in my Zoho Analytics instance, and I'm using this little tab here called the Explorer. Now it's showing me all of my data tables and only my data tables. I did that by coming up here to the search bar and selecting this little icon here on the far right of the bar. Now that icon signifies a data table within Zoho Analytics, and then if you want to further search for whatever your data source is, you can do so. Now there is one other way to go to your data sources, and I really like it. On your left-hand side here, this little pane, you can click on Data. And that's just going to show you all of your data tables and queries within Zoho Analytics. Then you can also search it just like we did just barely and find the same thing. Now, if I go ahead and click my data table, you can see that it brings up all the information that I have brought in from my data source. Now, an important distinction here is the difference between a data source and a data table. Now you can see on here on the left-hand side, we clicked data, which is data tables. If we click here, data sources, we can view what we're bringing in and how it's configured. Data tables take that information and allow you to create charts and dashboards off of them. So they both hold the same information, but data sources is just how you bring it in. Data tables is actually something usable. Now you can see that my data table here is called build hours. Now you can also see that it brings it into a really nice format, just as if you were looking at a Google Sheet or an Excel spreadsheet. Now that's really nice because no matter where your data source is, if you were bringing in a Google Sheet, an Excel file, something from Facebook or MailChimp, anywhere, it's going to put it in this nice viewable format for us. Zoho Analytics does a great job of that. Now, a few things to notice are these buttons across the top and then these column headings. Now, we're going to go through every single part of these data tables, how to configure them, what you can do with them, what not to do with them in further videos in this series, but I want to go over just a quick overview of what everything does. Now, this import data allows you to refetch the data. It allows you to bring in new data into this table if you don't want to change the whole name and redo your whole data sources again. This filter is really nice. If you click that, you can filter any one of your columns and work it just like a filter on a spreadsheet. It makes it super easy to find things. This sort allows you to sort all of your information based on a column. You can add a column, a row. You can add a formula, an aggregate formula, all sorts of different things to it to manipulate your data table or add to it so that it makes it easier in the long run when you're building charts. Now, to go along with that, if you've brought in too much information or columns that you don't want, you can always delete rows, columns, or just delete everything and start over. And then you see this More button. Now, this More button is super packed full of a ton of different things: formatting drill downs, freezing columns, dependencies, all sorts of things. And we will go over just about everything in this series. Now, make sure you hit the next video so you can figure out just what we're going to do to make this data table super usable and very nice to have when we're building on top of it with our queries and charts and dashboards. I'll see you there.